Hi guys, Dean here, back again. This time for a contest entry for Cloudy Milder. Andy, as we all know him, has reached the 300 sub mark, so congratulations there, Andy. It's been a long journey. I think we both pretty much started around the same sort of time as well. I remember Andy commenting on some of my earlier videos, so thanks Andy for your support over the years. So yeah, he's gone for the 3 themed with the 300 subs, which is a really good theme. So I started digging through my collection thinking this is going to be a piece of cake. I can pick out 3 albums for lineups and favourites and so forth, but yeah, it's a bit tougher than what I thought actually, so trying to dig out through thinking that's the 3rd change lineup. No, it isn't. So anyway, enough waffling from me, let's get down to the nitty gritty. So first of all, Andy asked for an album or an artist with 3 in the title, and again had a few choices on this one anyway, but I plumped for this. So this is Extreme's 3rd album, as it happens. It's called 3 Sides to Every Story, so there's a 3 there and there's a 3 there on the Extreme for the E. Yeah, essentially there's 3 sections to the album. Yeah, Extreme were a funny band in my opinion. They were sort of on the edge, well, they pretty much were sort of pop metal, no doubt about that, but what they did very well. Pornography was a cracking album, I thought. Certainly one of those of the time. Wasn't overly keen on the ballads, some modern words type thing. This was a different kettle of fish slightly. This sort of took that one step further. I mean, there are sort of acoustic tracks on here, but I think this is a heavier album than its predecessor. Yeah, it's an album worth checking out. It's not a bad album at all actually. There's some crackers on this, but certainly the first side, it's probably the heavier of the other sides. But yeah, it's an album that flows well, and I'll certainly give it a listen anyway if you haven't heard it already. So that's the first section. I think the second question was to show albums, favourite 3rd albums. So again, number of different 3rd albums out there. First one, I've opted for Helloween's Keeper of the 7 Keys. So if we're taking, this is Keeper of the 7 Keys Part 2 obviously. We're taking Walls of Jericho as the 1st album, Part 1 as the 2nd, and Part 2 obviously Key is Part 3. This is an absolute cracker. I love this album. I have completely forgotten how many times I've played this. It's been on the turntable more than I can care to remember. Back in the day when I owned the original copy of this, again it just got played to death. Superb tracks from start to finish. I don't think there's one weak track on here. Yes, they potentially did go a bit tongue-in-cheek and a bit sort of commercial, dare I say it, but you know, there's a lot of bands at that time, sort of mid to late 80s, that were doing that. Metal was big business. Yeah, so it was just one of those things that happened. A lot of metal bands did go down that route and then sort of drew back into themselves again. But yeah, Keeper of the 7 Keys Part 2. So that's the first one. Second one is Ash. This is Free All Angels. So this is their 3rd album. The first album being Trailer, second being 1977. Again, Ash were, you know, made no qualms about it. They were sort of a pop rock metal tinged band really. It's a 3-piece up until this album actually, when Charlotte Hadley came on board. But yeah, cracking band, great, fantastic tunes, really catchy. I've seen them a few times live. I saw them a couple of years ago, local festival here, Bingley, and they were superb. Can't wait to catch them live again. So cracking band, cracking album this one. Ash, Free All Angels. And third And final one, which again I thought was maybe an obvious choice, but what the hell. This is Marillion, Misplaced Childhood. An album I'm sure everybody knows in the VC. Couldn't actually believe this was the third album actually, and I'm thinking, yeah, definitely is. It's Script for a Jester's Tear, first album. Fugazi, second, and Childhood number 3. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say about this other than this is a superb album, again from beginning to end. It's almost like one suite of music as well, you know, the whole album. I mean, this does really flow from track to track. They're all intertwined, it all sort of comes round again at the end. Fish's lyrics on here, absolutely superb. I think this was certainly the best album he did with Marillion. He's gone on to do better things, I feel, as a solo career, which sadly is coming to an end. He's going to concentrate on writing. But yeah, superb. So, third album of your favourite third albums, Andy? Misplaced Childhood. So right, the third and final question was to pick out albums by artists on their third lineup. So again, this is the one where it became slightly trickier. There are some obvious ones which I have picked out, at least one obvious one, which I'm surprised if a few people haven't done already. But my first choice was Helloween again. This is Pink Bubbles Go Ape. Again, talking of the commercialism potentially on the part 2 of Keys. This has gone even further. So this really, they did go all out, and this is pretty much, you know, 1991. This is a you know, traditional commercial metal album, a la Metallica's Black Album of the 90s. Really, that's not to say it isn't a good album, because it is. It's an absolute cracker. You know, if you take it for what it is, it's a superb album. So yeah, third lineup. So the lineup change here would have been Kai Hansen leaving. So and there was a change on the first to second album as well. I can't remember what that was for the life of me now anyway, so that's gone out of my head. So yeah, third lineup, trust me guys, Pink Bubbles Go Ape. Next one is Megadeth, Rust in Peace. So this would be their fourth album. So again, they kept the same lineup on the first 2 albums. Changed lineup on the third, which was my memory is So Far So Good So What, and then Rust in Peace was the introduction of the what some regard as the classic lineup, obviously with the sadly passed away Nick Menza and Marty Friedman on drums and guitar respectively, and obviously the stalwarts of Megadeth, Mustaine and Ellefson. Yeah, I mean, this is, for me, I don't think they've surpassed this. I think this is the quintessential Megadeth album. Countdown I really love too, and Euthanasia as well. I think they are, and a lot of people refer to those as the Holy Trinity. Same lineup, and I think that's definitely helped. The new album Dystopia again is also a cracker, but for me, I don't think they've ever surpassed this. I know plenty of people argue the fact with VC. Anyway, so third lineup, can you guess what it is? It's the last record I've got to show. Of course, this could have gone in as my third favourite album, but yeah, third lineup change. Obviously first change was Dennis Stratton moving on to make way for Adrian Smith on the Killers album, and obviously this one, obviously Bruce Dickinson making way for Paul Denio making way for Bruce Dickinson. So this is the last time I did a Made an Update video, I said I wanted the 100 Centennial edition, and here it is. So thought I'd share that one as well. So again, they had another lineup change after this album to make way. Clive Burr departing to make way for Nicko McBrain, and that sort of cemented in the classic 80s lineup for Maiden for quite a while. So that's it really. So so we've got one entry as per the request for the first question of the 3 in the title. I did contemplate putting 3 albums in there actually, but I thought I'll stick to it. This is probably going to be long enough already. 3 favourite third albums and 3 lineup change, as in third lineups albums. So that's it, Andy. That's my entry. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope everybody else enjoyed me showing the records, and potentially there were a couple of surprises in there maybe. Probably not though. Thanks again guys. Hope to see you soon. Cheers, Andy.